Welcome to episode 3 of Yolk Everywhere. I'm Trevor.
And I'm Kyle. And in our guest chair is Minister Walter Leander West the Fourth.
Thank you for having me.
It's your pleasure.
Now, just a real quick question. You go by IV, right?
Without the E at the end of the V, yes.
So
No.
IV?
We're getting there. IV.
That's what I
Not
said.
IV, like you're kind of saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
IV.
Now,
Also, I'd like to clarify it's our pleasure to have you.
Oh,
I
thank
thought
you.
it was his pleasure to be here.
See, that's why I made you think when I said that. But
Follow-up
it was
question?
a joke.
You said Yolk everywhere. Is it Yolk everywhere? Or is it Yolk everywhere?
Both.
Both.
It's both.
It's everywhere. It's both.
It's everywhere. It's everything. Now,
Okay.
do we need to clarify with the audiences why he goes by IV?
Nope.
Okay.
So, moving on to news outside.
All right. I'll make my way outside.
Okay, so our correspondent Kyle is now on the ground. So we're gonna open up the window here. Feel that nice breeze.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Kyle, what's the news today?
We got some good ones, I guess. So first of all, a cow escaped on the way to a slaughterhouse in Poland. Now he's a celebrity.
Interesting stuff, Kyle.
He's gonna live a while. Okay, staying with animals, lobster emoji got 2 more legs because some people were complaining about not having enough, I guess.
That's a very specific complaint for people to have. Now, Kyle, I'd like to interrupt your segment really quickly and ask you a question. How many fingers am I holding up?
I can't tell too well. 3?
You got it right, Kyle. It was 3.
Oh.
Good job, Kyle.
Right, man.
Way to go, Kyle.
Alright, and the last bit of news. A man in Michigan tried to use a smoke bomb to get rid of a skunk, but it just ruined his house. So, if you got a skunk, don't use a smoke bomb.
Well, thank you for that advice, Kyle.
I'll make my way up now.
Okay. As Kyle makes his way back up into the room, I'm going to ask our guest, Ivy. Ivy, what are we doing next?
So next we'll be talking about the Winter Olympic Games. It's exciting at Pyeongchang, South Korea.
Ivy, me and Kyle, I don't know if we were...
It's Kyle and I.
Kyle and I, I'm sorry, words are difficult
You
sometimes.
gotta be better at this.
Yeah, I know, especially because this is like an only voice thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. But anyway, Ivy, how do you feel about the candy Bunch of Crunch?
What's Bunch of Crunch?
I guess Kyle's gonna have to show you Bunch of Crunch in this episode.
Oh boy.
Stay tuned.
Thanks for staying tuned. I'm back from news outside, and we're going to talk about Bunch of Crunch. We wish they sponsored this episode.
We're gonna keep talking about them until they do.
Let's crack this box open.
Well, I gotta try one of these.
Oh yeah.
Kyle, can you explain to Ivy what exactly is a Bunch of Crunch?
Well, as you're tasting and as you saw, Bunch of Crunch is the candy known as Crunch, except it's in little bunches.
Oh shit. This is one of the best candies I've ever had.
I'm gonna stake my reputation that every single Target in the world sells Bunch of Crunch.
I wouldn't bet on that, but
Well, I am.
Bunch of Crunch is very good. Good at movies.
I have
You know,
faith in
Nestle
Target.
really outdid themselves with this product. Only 180 calories, and you can just cut the top open, throw them all into your mouth, and you won't put on that much weight.
No.
You'll still be ugly as shit, but
Yeah.
you won't be that fat.
Nothing's gonna fix that.
Yeah. Seriously, you're ugly as shit. You should probably do something about that.
Yeah, and you also can't read, remember?
Yeah, you're ugly and you can't read. And
Holy
you're,
shit.
But at least you're only a little fat.
And at least you're listening to this podcast. Yolk
The high
everywhere.
Point, the high point of your day.
Yes. Well, ending on that high note, we're gonna move into Olympic update. So, Ivy, anything about the Olympics you care to share?
Norway currently has 38 medals, the largest total of any country, featuring 13 goddamn gold medals. However,
Wow.
the Germans also have 13 gold medals.
Nazis, you mean? Oh yeah, they changed their name. I forgot.
That is hurtful.
Sorry.
That is, Kyle, we are an inclusive
Pure hatred.
podcast here, and we will not tolerate any hate speech of any kind.
I'm not saying I hate Nazis.
Why do you not hate Nazis?
They're a hate group.
Oh,
Are you saying
you
that there's
should-
some good
wait,
people in
but
the
if you
Nazi
hate
group?
the people who hate other people, you're just as bad as them.
No, we're not.
No.
Jesus
Hate the hate.
Christ.
God damn it.
You said
Canada has 11 medals. Gold medals, that is. 28 total.
Wow.
And these United States of America are tied with the Netherlands with 8 gold medals.
You know, I'll take 8. It's fine.
So now, on to the real reason that we're bringing up the Olympic Games. Because those pesky Ruskies were banned from the Olympics.
who?
The Russians.
Oh, the USSR,
Yes, that country.
Soviet Union.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, they were banned from the Olympics because of the Russian government sponsored athletes from their country doping and consuming performance-enhancing drugs. Now, those athletes who were not doping, they were allowed to compete under the flag of the Olympic Games under the title of Olympic Athletes from Russia. But so basically, 2 of these athletes were caught doping and using roids. As a direct result, I believe that Russia should permanently be banned from the 2020 games.
That's kind of harsh in my opinion.
No, I think that
You gotta make an example.
you gotta make an example.
But I mean, the Olympics are for like the world. It's like the world coming
And they're
together
cheating.
to
Yeah,
compete.
and the Russians
They were-
government is assisting athletes in cheating.
And they were caught cheating, and they're like, we'll let the not cheaters play, and then they ended up being cheaters. So then you gotta make an example out of them, at least for 1 year.
Yeah, just one game.
Yep.
That's really it. The Winter Olympics kind of suck.
All right, let's get ready to answer.
Wait, hold on, Kyle. Cactus update. Go.
Oh, the cactus is still alive, but today is watering day, so I think I'm going to water it now.
Oh boy.
Take it out of the plastic fancy wrapping,
Why do you have to take it out of the plastic fancy wrapping?
because I have to go to the sink to water it, and I'm going to take a red Solo cup and place the cactus in the Solo cup. All right, I shall
That was disgusting.
go water the cactus,
Find it commendable.
and I'll be back.
Okay.
You should really be better at that.
And when I'm back, we shall start our Yahoo answer segment.
You have to stutter. You fucking idiot. God damn it. I expected more out of this segment.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm.
Show some confidence, god damn it.
Okay. Now, now on to our next segment, Yahoo Answers.
Okay, so our first question from Yahoo Answers is, does this app exist?
Yes.
Does
Not
what
so-
app exist?
Well,
Yeah.
we're just here to answer questions, not ask questions. So
Oh,
I say yes.
I can't ask questions?
No.
I mean,
You just.
you ask clarifying questions. You could try to ask clarifying
I just asked you a question.
I know, and that was
You let him.
shoot.
Motherfucker.
Well, I think we got the question answered. Let's move on.
Okay, what is the show This Is Us about?
Oh, it's a really good show. Okay, so it's like about this show. It's like this show that's about a family, and so there are the 3 kids and the parents in it. The 3 kids are Kate, Randall, and Kevin, and the parents are Jack and Rebecca. And so it's like about the 3 kids when they're adults and like how their life goes along, and then in the episodes you also have flashbacks of like when they were kids and like the memories they have with each other and their parents. And so like it goes through like like the first episode, it includes like the birth of the kids, and it's really strong and emotional. I don't wanna. And then like they're the episodes everyone's been waiting for, and stuff. And I don't really know what else to say, but all in all, I'd say This Is Us is worth checking out.
I've never seen this show.
This Is Us?
Yeah.
You should. It's a good show. It's about family. Who doesn't like family?
I don't like families.
Oh. You don't like your own
I see
family?
them around at the park,
What
and
do
I just sit there and think, good God, wear a condom next time.
Okay, next question.
What's wrong with me lately?
I think that's our listeners asking the question, probably. I'd say what's wrong with you is you can't read, you're a little fat, and what was the other thing?
Ugly.
And you're ugly.
And you can't do anything about the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but... Well, yeah, you can,
You could shave.
You can shave, you can clean your face up, you can get some plastic surgery. You do a few things. But right now listening, no, you're out of luck.
Okay.
Okay.
We got the question answered. Let's move on.
Okay. How to deal with annoying people.
Dude, I do it all the time.
Yeah, just don't look in mirrors.
Oh.
But how do you deal with annoying people that aren't yourself?
I'd
So-
say just don't let them in the room when you're recording the podcast and they aren't the guest. Isn't that right, Joe?
I'm not allowed to talk.
That's right. That's all you can say for the
your
whole
intake,
episode.
we've had two opinions now.
So, can you repeat the question one more time for me?
How to deal with annoying people.
How to deal with annoying people. I think the best answer is to bully them.
Okay, well, I feel like we're ready to move on to our final question of the bit.
Oh boy.
This is a really big one. Is being a hooker genetic?
Genetic?
Yes, if you say your
Well,
mother
clearly,
or your
because
father
they
is a
have
hooker.
sex with people, so everything is genetic.
Yeah, so if your mother or father is a hooker, are you predisposed to being a hooker?
Well, I mean, in Hollywood, if you're in Hollywood, then your kid's going to be in Hollywood, so if you're a hooker, your kid's going to be a hooker.
I'd argue it's not. But,
I don't know. This reminds me of 2 episodes ago, we had a question that said if your mother has purple hair, are you going to be born with purple hair? That was a question from our guest at the time,
Joseph Mosk.
Joseph M. Mosk. And I feel like this is a lot like that question. So I'd say, yeah, it's got to be genetic. Because if your mom has purple hair, you're born with purple hair, that's genetic. So then, if your parents are a hooker, then you're going to be a hooker. That's like the transitive property.
cool.
Nice.
Right.
Kyle, quick cactus update. Has the cactus changed at all?
It is now in a red Solo cup. Well, it's not actually the Solo brand, just to be clear. On the
we
windowsill.
don't want them to sponsor us.
Yeah, we don't. That's stupid.
Why would you buy a red Solo cup that's not by Solo?
Because we don't want them to.
Yeah.
We don't want their money.
Yeah, it's been watered, so it doesn't need to be watered for another month.
I'd like to go on the record and say I love you, red Solo cup. You're not just a cup.
And let's just be clear that he
You're
does
my
not
friend.
represent the ideals of this podcast.
He represents his ideals,
Thank
which
you
he
for
has a
being
right
my
to have.
friend.
So in personal opinion, ideas.
Okay, so we're now going to transition into our next segment, which is a new one. It's a bit of improv.
Alright, so Ivy, if you have any ideas for an improv scenario Trevor and I could play out, go ahead and throw it out there.
Let me know if you need a little bit more context or anything as to how to portray the scene.
Okay.
This is going to take place in, colonial America,
Okay.
in Boston.
Boston.
Trevor?
Boston.
You're a merchant.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Yeah,
you're trying to buy some lumber from
I
Trevor.
want some lumber.
Welcome to Boston.
I've lived in Boston my whole life.
So, we had to cut the rest of this bit. It got a little out of hand, and we're gonna include some small sound bites from it. It was pretty long. We're gonna include some small sound bites.
Highlights, if you will.
Highlights, just to kind of give you a sense of why we are choosing to not air the entire bit. And then afterwards, we are going to be moving on to our next segment. I don't got the wood here. We can go get the wood.
I'm a construction guy.
How much you looking for?
I want some good wood.
Trevor, you're a librarian. Kyle, you're trying to check out Mein Kampf.
Wait, what is that?
It's Hitler's autobiography.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I'd like to check out this book.
Oh.
I'm not a Nazi. I'm not.
What draws your attention to this book?
Hitler? I'm trying to phrase this so I don't sound like a Nazi, because I'm not a Nazi. I mean, he's like an interesting guy.
I feel like the more you say I'm not a Nazi, the more it makes you think you might be.
I'm a Nazi! I'm not a Nazi, though. Maybe I'm a Nazi, maybe I'm not. Let's leave it at that.
What?
Scene, please stop. Oh my god.
I didn't say I support Kyle. He's just here. So yeah, you kind of get the idea. We're gonna move on to our next bit, movie talk.
Alright, now for our next segment, movie talk.
So, we're gonna be talking about some current Oscar nominations. I'm just gonna give some gut reactions to how we felt about them, talk about them a little bit. Now me and Kyle are very, very big movie buffs. Ivy enjoys movies thoroughly, but might not know as many. So if we get to any movies that Ivy does not know, he's going to try to guess the plot based on the title, or based on the little information he does know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so, movies.
The Darkest Hour. I've
not seen this movie.
I haven't seen it either.
I wanted to. I heard
honestly, I don't really know what it's about. What about you, Ivy?
Is this the new Marvel movie?
No. I believe The Darkest Hour is about the first response team after 9/11, the first people who went into Iraq. This one.
I saw a trailer for it. This looks awesome.
Oh, okay. Here's what it's actually about.
Oh.
During the early days of World War II, the fate of Europe hangs in the newly appointed British Prime Minister...
I'm thinking about a different movie.
Minister Winston Churchill. So
I promise I'm not stupid.
We were all...
So it's Winston Churchill?
Yeah, we were all a little off.
I like Winston Churchill.
Yes.
Dude gave amazing speeches.
He's a G.
It's,
I like him.
Gary Oldman plays him.
Okay.
Great actor.
Yeah.
We should watch that at some point.
Alright.
We're going to get to the movie that I was thinking about, and I won't look stupid.
Alright. We have Dunkirk. I saw it twice.
I was a big fan of Dunkirk.
I am a fan of Christopher Nolan, and I'm not a huge fan of war movies, but I thought this one was pretty good. I like how it didn't rely on a whole lot of dialogue.
One thing I liked a lot about Dunkirk is that I usually also don't like war movies, because I feel like they portray war as cool, and while I have respect for troops, of course,
yes, of course,
war is not cool, it is terrifying.
Yes.
And that was very accurately portrayed in this movie, how terrifying and how primal war is.
And I liked how it was about, like, saving the troops and bringing them home from the war.
Yeah, and not, like, going to go get the bad guys, like, oh no, we're stranded.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ivy, since you kind of heard, I'm guessing you know what it's about?
At first I thought it was the final Star Trek movie. But, no, I'm...
Like, Kirk is done? Like, done, Kirk?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. It was an amazing movie, actually.
You saw it?
I saw it 3 times, I think.
Wow.
I absolutely loved the film, and every time I saw it, I think that every time you see it, it gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, then on to our next movie. This one might cause a little strange talking from Ivy. We have Get Out. Before Trevor and I talk about it, how Ivy guesses what it's about.
Yeah, because otherwise you might understand what the plot is if you don't. Do you know what the movie is about?
I do know what it's about.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
So do you actually know what it's about? Because I feel like most people who haven't seen it don't really know what it's about.
Isn't it like about race and everything?
Oh, that's like what the
theme.
messages are about, the theme.
Okay, but there's like a more
What's
to
the
it.
plot, though?
Well, isn't the plot, white girl's dating a black guy, she brings him home to visit her parents or something or other,
Yeah.
and then it just all goes downhill in this creepy but amazing story that's just full of amazing characters.
Yeah, he kind of starts to realize...
There's something off. We don't want to spoil it for the listeners.
Well, yeah, it's in the previews, though, too. But
Well,
I'm just going off of the previews.
I never watched the previews, and I say if you're going to see it, don't watch the previews.
So, yeah, that's basically the plot, and it has a lot to do about themes of race.
Not like overt racism, like subtle racism.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Making a movie about overt racism
It's way overdone.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's overdone.
Well, yeah, I guess
It has to be done right.
Yeah, and
but it's been
we've
done a
seen
lot.
the movie, and it's hard to make a movie like that and have that being the central theme and point of the movie and the premise while still having it being this artistic masterpiece.
Now, speaking on that, I'm going to come back to that in a few movies. But, Get Out. I loved it. I know Kyle's opinions on it.
I thought it was alright. I think it's a little overrated. I don't think it should be nominated for an Oscar. I thought it was good, but I just think it's a little overrated.
I'd say it should be nominated. I don't think it should win based on the other movies that are also nominated. But I feel like it deserves a nomination. Just maybe not a win.
I haven't seen it, but based off of what I've heard and people's reactions, and I'm a little bit biased because of I love Jordan Peele.
I love Jordan Peele.
I think he's brilliant, and the fact that this is what... Because he's a comedian.
Yeah,
and
this is the first serious thing he's done, and it took off.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And he's... If I'm correct, he said that this is, like... The end result is very, very similar to what he originally pictured and wanted.
Yeah.
Which...
Well, I guess that's a really good job on his, like, as a director.
Yeah.
That's why he got nominated.
But just... One, a lot of directors, like, the end product of a movie and just the brain behind the movie, the end product, more often than not, isn't going to be perfectly what you wanted from the start.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like Jordan Peele, a comedian, managed to make a beautiful, beautiful drama that
was his vision.
I'd say it's more of a thriller.
I want to say a movie. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
I mean, we were going to get to it.
I wanted to say it now.
Let's just go to it then.
Ivy, have you seen it?
I have not.
What's it about?
It's about a mother and her daughter dies, am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And the police investigation really doesn't turn up anything, and they kind of just abandon it. And so she puts up these 3 billboards to be like...
Get their attention.
Yeah, to get the attention and be like, yo, y'all fucked up.
That's essentially the plot.
Yeah. Yes!
And it's like the
Learning!
It's like the town's reaction and everything.
Okay.
Now based on
Trevor
what Ivy said earlier, when he said it's hard to make a movie that's very much about overt racism and still have it be this very artistic piece. I feel like 3 Billboards nailed that very well. And I know it's not completely about racism.
Yeah, racism is like a minor...
I wouldn't say minor. I just wouldn't say it's the main plot. I'd say it's a very major...
I think it's kind of subtle, because they don't, like...
I don't want to give too many spoilers.
They don't, like, overtly show much racism. They show, like, a little bit here and there. And, like, they say stuff.
They say a
lot. It's not like...
I feel like it's a big part of the town.
Yeah, but it doesn't really get resolved, I'd say, by the end of the movie.
No, it doesn't get resolved, but still, it's a main thing they talk about a lot. But anyway, I loved the movie, beginning to end.
Same.
I've seen it 3 times now, I think.
I believe I've seen it twice, but
I've
rewatched lots of my favorite scenes, which is most of them.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. Definitely. I think
it should win the best.
Yeah, I agree. I'm hoping. I'm rooting for this one.
I have nothing to add.
All right. Well, then on to the next movie. The Post.
Have you heard anything about this or seen it? Ivy.
The Post. This is if I'm correct, this is about the New York Post, and I'm assuming they're uncovering some scandal?
No, it's about a mailman.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right. Here's the what's it called?
Description.
Here's the summary from IMDb. A cover-up that spanned 4 U.S. presidents pushed the country's first female newspaper publisher and a hard-driving editor to join an unprecedented battle between the press and the government.
In reference to the New York Post?
I'm not sure. But it's starring Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks, and it's directed by Steven Spielberg.
Hey, Trevor?
Hi.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Before I tell Trevor to go fuck himself,
Oh, you just did, though.
I should just do that right away. I already kind of did it, so... Trevor, go fuck yourself.
Got it.
I didn't know this was Spielberg. And Tom Hanks, did you say?
And
Yes.
Meryl Streep.
I'm not a big fan of Meryl Streep.
Oh.
Me neither.
She's a good actress.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything she does is that incredible, in my own opinion. No, but if it's... I didn't know it was Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg. I have to go see this. Because didn't Spielberg direct Bridge of Spies with
Yes.
Tom Hanks?
Yes. I think that was pretty good.
I loved that movie so much.
I did not see that movie.
I think Steven Spielberg's kind of lost his groove, though.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, like, nothing's been as good as... Let's go with Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park and Schindler's List, that was when he hit his peak.
Speaking of groove,
That year.
Emperor's New Groove.
No.
What?
So...
It probably won't win Best Picture.
No, but
No.
it's worth a watch.
Alright, let's move on to the last one is The Shape of Water. What's that about, Ivy?
I think this is the Bob Ross comeback we've expected.
Very close. It's the Guillermo del Toro comeback.
That... was I supposed to be expecting a Guillermo del Toro comeback?
Yeah, because his last movie was Pacific Rim, and that was... Wait, no. My bad. His last movie was Crimson Peak, which I didn't see, but it had fairly good reviews. And before that was Pacific Rim, which was kind of stupid. in my
Okay,
opinion.
so can I change my guess from this? From the original? From
No.
my guess of... Oh, I can't?
Anyway, Trevor, you've seen it, you said
Okay.
twice, I believe? Or is it only once?
Once.
Once. I've seen it once as well. I thought it was pretty good.
I'd say is pretty good. There's definitely one scene I don't want to say what it was, but there's one scene in the middle of it that really stood out that I felt was extremely unnecessary, and I thought it was cheesy and I didn't like it. But the rest of it,
You mean towards the end?
yeah, towards middle end-ish.
It was kind of odd.
Felt
I-
Oscar baity, I felt.
Well, I feel that they kind of...
Can I know the premise to this movie?
I feel that... Oh, we didn't cover that. Okay, so it takes place in, like, the 60s
in America.
in America,
Good.
and there's, like, this, like, secret government place where the main character works, and she is a
Janitorial
mute.
staff.
Yeah, she's a janitorial staff, and she's a mute. And they bring in, like, this creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, this is this thing. So, I saw the trailer for this. Does she fuck that alien?
It's
You have to
not
watch
an
the
alien.
movie.
Fuck.
And I mean, I think of all of them, I'd say this is most likely to win Best Picture. But like I said earlier, I hope that Three Billboards wins. But
I'd like Dunkirk to win.
I'd say Dunkirk or Three Billboards I want to win. And that is our movie talk.
yes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you have a podcast that you're on that's outside of ours. Would you like to endorse it here real quick?
Yeah, you can catch me on the Just Guys Being Dudes Being Roommates podcast. We still actually haven't uploaded the first episode.
Haven't uploaded it yet. Okay.
So,
We'll check every now and again.
yeah, check to see if it's up.
Where should our listeners check?
Where will it be?
I have no
Is-
clue.
Okay.
Check
We're
everywhere.
working on it.
Just look everywhere.
But, however, I'd like to propose another place you can catch me. Yacht Club, downtown Iowa City, Monday nights. I may or may not be doing stand-up comedy there.
Ooh.
Catch me swearing at people.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, this has been Yolk Everywhere, episode 3.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm surprised you found us due to your lack of ability to read, but you made it.
And also the fact that you're ugly.
I'd just like to thank you guys for having me on. Like, despite you guys being the best podcast I've ever seen,
Thank you for being on.
but somehow the best podcast I've ever been a part of.
Oh, yes.
So you're saying that our podcast is better than yours?
I mean, yes.
That's fair.
Till it's uploaded.
Yeah, so, thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Have a blessed
You're welcome
evening.
for having me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Tune in next week when we'll have another episode.
Yes, and probably not the improv bit again.
Yeah,
Probably
you
not.
guys should never do that again.
Yeah, I'm glad we tried it, but I'm glad we chose not to air it.
Dude, I still can't believe Kyle said he's a Nazi.
I didn't say I'm a Nazi. I mean, I did say I'm a Nazi, but I didn't mean it.
Can we end on that?
Yeah, let's end on that.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
catch us next week on Yolk Everywhere.
Just be clear, I'm not a Nazi. Bye.